In due course everyone died, only to be later reincarnated into human bodies on Earth, however, without any memory of their former lives. This is true for all human life forms, whereby the creative laws and commandments prevent chaos and confusion from entering the human way of thinking and feeling. Nonetheless, all these many fallables who had come to Earth were unified by NJSHWJSH, and were taught all required creative laws, commandments, and other guidelines, etc. This union led the fallables, in particular the 144,207 ringleaders, to declare their willingness to make amends in later incarnations for previously induced damages. Simultaneously, they drew up a codex for themselves and all followers, which provided for severest punishment of those who did not strive to make amends for their past mistakes, or who would not pursue the resulting mission. This codex was to be valid for all future times until the day the reparations were completed. Hence, the codex, with its purpose of fulfilling the mission of reparations, is in effect to this day and will continue into the future. The ringleaders and their countless followers are all part of this agreement. In this new age, the supporters of the codex are regrouping once again, headed and led by the impulses of the reactivated codex, through the teachings of the creative law and commandments, and with the help of the Pleiadians, who also feel responsible for the fulfillment of this mission. I, Edward Albert Meier, called Billy, function as the mediator between the Pleiadians, the supporters of the Codex, and the majority of Earthlings. I am doing this after having voluntarily placed myself at the disposal of this mission and task in ancient times, having a higher developed spirit form, and having received the appropriate education. I must mention also that from the facts and stories regarding the 144,207 ringleaders there evolved the false Christian religious and sectarian legend concerning the alleged 144,000 chosen ones. This was accomplished by irresponsible sectarians who wanted to bind the faithful and other misguided followers to false religions, cults, and sects, in order to exploit them, in every way possible, to the last drop of blood. Sixth question. The Pleiadians distinguish between religion and spirituality. What do they mean by spirituality? What do they believe? What spiritual direction do they use? And what are their customs? Billy's answer. The life of the Pleiadians, their thinking, feeling, emotions, and actions, etc., are exclusively directed to the knowledge of the existence of creation, its truth in all matters, to the obedience of the true creative laws, commandments, and related guidelines. The Pleiadians' efforts are steadily following the smooth tracks of knowledge, love, truth, and wisdom, instead of the questionable, macabre, and enslaving religious beliefs which rob people of their spiritual freedom and reek of evil and falsehood. Religion, in the current Earth human sense of comprehension, is foreign to the Pleiadians. The Creator God, or whatever the various terrestrial cult religions call him, is a horror to the Pleiadians, and they consider the concept unrealistic. They cannot understand why the Earth humans have not succeeded, despite all the efforts in that direction, in severing the cult religious chains and finally taking upon themselves, through their own initiative and responsibility, the fate of their species, or in commencing with the long overdue commitment and fulfillment of the laws and commandments of creation and the evolution. The path of life aims straight as an arrow through the hard-earned values of vast knowledge within the creative guidelines, spiritual and technical matters, and wisdom and ability. The Pleiadians gained their knowledge through hard work and obedience to the truth of creation, the power of the Spirit, and the creative laws and commandments which teach pure love of all things. With the help of the strengths and wise counsel from their JSHWJSH, They have been able to sustain 50,000 years of ultimate peace amongst their peoples. The Pleiadians have been enjoying a wholesome spiritual life, and emphatically reject terrestrial religions due to their connotation of cult involvement, being illogical, against the laws of creation, fake, and an enslavement of the consciousness. Their philosophy is based on the universal truth of creation and life in the knowledge of creation, and it is directed solely toward truth of existence and of being, as well as to the creative laws and commandments, which in no way can be equated with a God. As the ultimate power, creation embodies the universal consciousness and the spirit of the spirit. All truth, wisdom, and love, all logic, the laws and commandments and energies of life, of being, and of eternity. Creation, as universal self-awareness, is the source of life of all creations within its domain, which is to say, within its universe. This universe, furthermore, is one of 10 to the 49th power other individual universes, which exist in infinite number, infinite space, and infinite time, as part of the highest form of creation, the absolute absolutum. Religion is the earth human knows and pursues it, in the form of the adoration of a god, adoration of saints, and as faith in a god, is a horror to the Pleiadians. They consider this form of religion a blind faith based on cult activities, false teachings, lies, and other falsehoods. It is faith that can never be proven as true, and one which contradicts all the truthful and logical foundations of the creative laws and commandments, and also defies intelligence. Religion embodies a deprivation of the spiritual freedom of the human being. Religion is also a brutal, criminal and exploitative enslavement of the human consciousness, reaching from total dependence, serfdom, and a lack of willpower all the way to uncontrolled fanaticism, mental illness, demonic obsession and utter idiocy. The spiritual life of a human being means, in simple terms, life in the spiritual recognition of, and obedience to, creation, its laws and commandments. This alone is the guideline that the Pleiadians adhere to regarding a philosophy of life and a lifestyle tuned into creation. This must be the final goal for humans on Earth as well. Creation means the same as love, life, spirit, truth, wisdom, logic, and intelligence, built upon the creative laws and commandments, which are valid and absolutely unchangeable for all time and eternity. Only a life form which recognizes, lives, and obeys the true knowledge of creation, the spirit which results from it, and related laws and commandments of creation, can live the true way and in accordance with creation itself. This means that the life form is living with true knowledge of the truth and with the truth of creation and spirit, in fulfillment of the creative, natural laws and commandments which are valid universally, without any weird and false faith in illogical and anti-intelligent forms of belief. 7th question, with your name, Mr. Meier, 1 Associates, particularly in the USA. The debate concerning your fantastic photos and films. However, only a few people are inquiring into your message. What has gone wrong,